All right, so here we're in section 5.2 on systems of linear inequalities in two variables, and we're going to work some exercises. So here it says solve each system of linear inequalities graphically. So first things first, let's solve both of these in terms of y. So if we do that, where am I? There it is. I'm going to take the 2x over, so I'll get a 5y is less than or equal to a negative 2x plus 20 divided by 5. And so y is less than or equal to a minus 2/5 x plus 4. Okay. Now, if we do the other one, we'll get, let's take the x over again. So we'll get a minus 5y. And so this is going to be our first one. And minus 5y is greater than or equal to a minus x minus 5 divided by negative 5. And because we divided by negative, we have to switch that to less than or equal to. And so what do we get here? 1/5 x and then plus 1. And so that's our second inequality. And so now we graph them. And what we have is we're going to basically get something where it starts at 0, 4, and then it's going to go down to right 5. So it's going to do something that's less than or equal to, so it's a solid line. So it's going to look something like that. Again, not probably exact. And this one's going to start at 1, somewhere about here. And it's going to go up 1, right 5. So it's going to do something like that. Again, not perfect. I only want us to do it kind of graphically. So this one has to be less than this one. So it has to be less than. And this one has to be less than. So it has to be less than here. So it looks like basically everything less than both of those things is going to be the solution. It has no other thing that we have to be in the top right quadrant or anything else. So it's just going to be everything down here that's under that and under that. Now, could we get that more exact? Sure. What we could do is we could use our calculator, and if they actually told us to give us points or values, and we could plot in our two equations. So if we do that, let's say we had, what was it? Negative 2 divided by 5 times x, then it was plus 4. And this one, let's do it like we can do on these. We can actually say, go down here, and we want it less than that line. Okay, so that's going to be how we do that. So let's do that. And so let's enter that one. And this one is also going to be less than or equal to. So let's go ahead and change that while we're here. And we can go over here. And so it's going to be that. And but now let's put in that equation. That was 1/5 x. And then that was plus 1. And now if we have our window, the correct thing, minus 20, that should work. That shows what it is. And the intersection of the two colors, which is here, down everything below here, is where our intersection was. And that kind of shows what we had. Again, we just kind of had just a rough sketch. But if this one, let's say we wanted to find out what the intersection point was, we could do 5, and we could say that's at 5 and comma 2. So that would be our point there. And, if we needed to find those points, we could find those points as well. But, in general, that's going to be what it looks like. So it all depends on how much more detail they want on what we need to do there. All right, let's go back. So that kind of, again, shows similar to what it was. And so we're good there. What about this one? Now, is the solution region bounded or unbounded? Okay, so what we have to do is, again, we have to graph these. And so both of these have the restrictions in the B in the first quadrant. And so if we solve that, we have 2y is greater than or equal to a minus x plus 4 divided by 2. So y is greater than or equal to minus 1/2 x plus 2. And so if we graph that, and we'll go ahead and put the whole graph on here. So it starts at 2. We'll say that's about 2. And we're going to go down 1, right 2. So it's going to kind of come down like that because I can't draw a straight line, so it doesn't matter what it looks like. And what do we know? Well, it has to be in the first quadrant, so it has to be up here, and it has to be greater than. So basically, it's going to be everything this way, and everything that way. So, this whole area over here. And that keeps going out that way, so it's unbounded. Okay. So that's what they want for these kind of problems. What about this one? Well, if we again solve for y, we'll get 2y less than or equal to x plus 2. This time the x comes over, becomes positive. Divide by 2. So y is less than or equal to x over 2 plus 1. And if we want to think that about that, that's really just half x. And so now 0, 1. Now we're going to go up 1, then right 2, or down 1, left 2. And it's going to be a solid line again because it has that equals 2 there. And now the key things. We have our upper region, so it has to be in this region. And it's going to be less than that. So it's really just that region there. Okay. And so oh wait, we have two lines here. I was just looking at the top line, so we better erase here because now we have two things we have to do. I was not paying attention completely. All right, let's go back. So that's the first line. Now we solve for the second line, and so minus y is less than or equal to a minus 2x plus 2 divided by a -1. So y is going to be greater than or equal to a 2x minus 2. So minus 2 is going to be down here somewhere. And we're going to go up to right 1. And so we're going to go something like that. And so this one's going to be greater than this line. This one's going to be less than that line. And we're going to have to be in the upper quadrant here. So really, it's this region in here, it looks like. That's going to be our solution. Okay. Because again, has to be greater than this line. So it's going to be this direction over here. This one is going to be everything down below, so everything down in this region, and it's only in that first quadrant, and so that would be our solution. Now, this one in this case is bounded, okay? So that would be our solution to that one. All right, let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.